Hey guys, welcome back to ESL classes. In this video, again, I'm going to give you some fruitful advice and recommend you some application through which you can improve your English. In fact, I met a Brazilian yesterday. He was a great speaker. I asked him how did he acquire English as second language? Despite of the fact that only 5% of total population of Brazil can speak English and only 1% of them can speak fluent English. By the dint of his own effort, he acquired English. So, today he'll give you some fruitful suggestions and also he'll recommend some application through which you can improve your English. So, let's quickly jump into the conversation.
Do you want to learn English? Subscribe to ESL classes.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hi, Giovanni.
Yes.
Good morning. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. I'm still night here.
Yeah, I know. In your country, it's midnight. So you're most welcome to ESL classes. It's just like a platform where students learn to acquire English as second language. And today, I think that many of my viewers will get some practical tips of language acquisition. So before I start, I'd like you to give a crisp introduction.
Okay. My name is Giovanni, and I'm from Brazil.
So you're from Brazil, and it is in South America, was I think.
Yes, in South America.
And your first language is Portuguese.
Yeah, it's Portuguese. Brazil is the only one country which speak Portuguese. All my neighbors speak Spanish.
In India, we have Hindi as our first language, and it's spoken by 45% of the total population. But then we have many other languages like Malayalam, Kannada, Telugu, and Punjabis. And these languages vary from state to state, means our first language varies from state to state. And I think that this is a big problem with the English learner. They're not getting a good environment where they can immerse themselves in. So, have you ever faced such problem when you started learning English? And so far, are you getting a good environment where you can immerse yourself with good speakers?
Yeah, teacher, actually, I'm still learning. I'm not fluent yet. And but everything that I learned so far, it was all by myself. At the beginning, I used a lot of website and application to help me to increase my vocabulary. And one of them that I can mention is Duolingo.
In fact, I would like to suggest my viewers to use Duolingo because I think that there are several languages and it teaches you any foreign language by audio conversation or by teaching you some structure. Am I right?
Yeah, it's right. And it was really helpful for me at the beginning. It helped me a lot to increase my vocabulary.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
And then I started to immerse myself in English as much as I could. I started to watching a lot of English videos on YouTube, listening a lot of English podcasts, watched a lot of movies and series, everything in English. Actually, everything that I used to do in my life is in English because it's making me my brain get to used to English.
That's great.
Yeah. At some point, I start to practice what I was learning, and then I looked for some website that I can find some English speaker to talk to me to practice my speaking, and I practiced a lot. I'm still practicing, and that's it. That how I'm learning.
Yes, and I think that immersion is a great method of acquiring any foreign language. But most of the people take it for granted that only it is a method where you can immerse yourself with good speakers. No, you can just create an environment which is surrounded with English quotation, with English expressions, with English podcast, with English videos. You need to create that environment. That is my humble suggestions to my viewers. And I totally agree with you that you use the multiple sources that provided you that uh, impactful environment where you can develop your own accent. So let me know one thing, that which accent do you prefer to speak? Means which accent do you think is more compelling and captivating?
Mm, okay, for me, I think American accent is more attractive for me
Mm.
because I like the way they speak,
Yeah, yeah,
and
really.
and the American accent it's very popular here in Brazil.
In
And
Brazil,
that,
yeah.
yeah, the most English that I've consumed is came from America. So I think
Mm.
that's why American accent is more attractive for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with you because the people uh, in America, most of the time, in general American, I find they pronounce R very softly and very clearly. So, yeah, that is very attractive. And so, this is the basic question because in my country, I think that not in my country, if I talk in general, I find when I talk to many non native speakers during my teaching process, I come across the people who just hanker after a native tone, a native expressions, and a native sound.
No, teacher, for me,
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important is to be clear and understandable, no matter
Mm-hmm.
which accent you have. It's Brazilian accent, India accent, or whatever. If it's clear and understandable, for me, it's okay. For me, we don't need to imitate exactly native speaker, how they sound.
Mm.
So we can have our own accent and we should be proud of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Mm-hmm.
the part of diversity on the world. It's a very good thing.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I just share the same thought, and I feel that because English is not confined to English speaking countries. Now it's lingua franca, which is connecting the entire world together. So every region, every country has a different accent, but our pronunciation should be universal. Most of the time, if we follow the American, either American or Britishers, sometimes it seems robotic.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it can be a fake accent. It can sound very weird, right? Not natural.
Yeah, yeah. And many of the people, they don't see what are the connected speech. They only want to exaggerating the thing. They stress on each and every syllable, which sounds weird, according to me. How many percent of people in Brazil speak English? Just like in India, we have 15% of people who can communicate in English, but there's only 5% of people who can speak fluent English. So that forms a small environment which facilitate English language learning.
And could you repeat how many people speak fluent in your country?
I think it's 5%. 15%,
5%.
15% can speak good English, but they're not as fluent as only 5%, you can say.
Okay. So I think Brazil is worse because just a few people here speak English, and I did a research many years
Hmm.
ago, and
Okay.
not
Mhm.
many years ago, it's some times ago, and it was I remember it only 5% of Brazilian population speak English. Like they know how to communicate in English, but just 1% speak English fluently. You know,
Okay.
even Brazil is a very big country, but only
Mhm.
1% speak English very fluent. So it's so Schmidt.
Because it is the fifth largest nation in the world, I think. So it makes me surprised. At last, I'd like to
Okay.
ask you, what suggestion will you give to my viewers who are just desirous to learn English? What will be your suggestion?
Okay. Let me see. My suggestion is try to immerse yourself in English as much as you can,
Hmm.
because For me, I think the most important thing that you can do in our listen is no in our learning is listen.
Mm.
For me, listen is the most important thing because the more you listen, more you can improve your ability to understand and to speak as well.
Mm.
And so listen a lot, listen
That's great.
music or podcast or watching movies, TV show, whatever. And the second thing is practice, because practice a lot because the more you practice, more you develop your confidence to speak
Confidence.
English. So
Mm.
practice with yourself or find someone to talk to you. And yeah, it's my big suggestion.
Yeah, that's
Practice
great.
and listen.
That's quite a fruitful suggestion. Thanks a lot for coming and giving a fertile suggestion to my viewers.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, teacher, for invite me to be here. And I saw your some videos on YouTube channel, and they're so good.
Thanks a lot.
And yeah, that is many tips for learning English that I can that I am trying to get it for me.
Wow, that's great.
And
Yes, if a person from other country understand my tonality, appreciate my videos and implement my suggestion, that's a great moment for me. Thanks a lot.
yeah, yeah, it is really helpful. And I used to following your videos and your tips. And thank you for inviting me.
Thanks a lot, Joe, for coming and giving your precious time.
Okay, thank you. It was a pleasure for me.